Hey there, welcome back to Glamattech. I'm Ilona and today we'll be reviewing the brand new Skullcandy Indy ANC earbuds in pink, but more about that later. So what's new about these Skullcandies? It's all in the name. As you might have guessed, the ANC stands for Active Noise Cancelling, which is especially useful now as we're all working from home. That means you should be able to drown out those pesky noises, for instance your children, or other sounds surrounding your home office. So let's take a look at the ANC feature. So I tried the active noise cancelling in a few different everyday circumstances. The feature is pretty impressive for earbuds. With your over-the-ear headphones, they have the passive noise cancelling, which earbuds obviously don't really have. But the ANC did nicely block out the lower tones as well as the higher tones when people were talking around me, for example. It didn't block out everything all the time, and sometimes I could still hear faint sounds in the background, but overall I'm pretty happy with the performance. Apart from the added noise cancelling, the Indy ANC comes with a lot of the same features as the rest of the Indy line. So that means a personal sound feature you can set up through the app. You can see it as a sort of special hearing test, so the app can optimize your listening experience. And if you do buy these Skullcandies, I definitely recommend setting up your personal sound profile. Right out of the box, the earbuds give you a bit of a dull and shallow sound, but after you set up the sound profile, you get a richer and fuller and, well, overall better sound experience. You also have your usual equalizer modes. That means when you're watching a movie or listening to your podcast, you can use those modes to optimize the sound even further. So you use the active noise cancelling feature when you want to block out ambient noises. But sometimes you do actually want to hear those sounds when you're, well, driving a car, for example. For that, the earbuds have a special ambient mode. If you want to activate it, just tap and hold the main sensor on one of the buds. Do the same if you want to cancel the ambient mode and return to your previous listening mode. It's worth mentioning that the touch sensors on both earbuds can be used to control pretty much everything from your playback or to summon up your virtual assistant, and as I mentioned, to switch listening modes. As for the fit, the only difference seems to be the addition of a second smaller wingtip. So remember Tease from our Crusher Evo video? He also took the Indy ANC out for a test drive, as the original Crusher wasn't really ideal for people with bigger heads, which is fine for me, but not so much for Tease here.
Despite my big head, I've actually got tiny ears. That's why I can really vouch for these new wingtip designs. They're a tiny bit smaller, which makes them fit just that much better inside of my ears. The previous models that I've got here as well, they still got the old, bigger wingtip size. It made it so that it just didn't really feel comfortable in my ear, and it often would pop out, and then if you're running or walking or whatever, you don't really feel that happening. This all might sound like a marketing pitch, but as you can see, these one only have one ear tip left, or one earphone left. It's because the other one fell out. So if you're like me and you've got tiny ears, you might actually go for these ones instead of these ones, because you won't lose them.
Now let's move on to the battery. Fully charged, the buds give you about 9 hours of listening time, and with the case you get an additional 23 hours, giving you a total of 32 hours. That's without the active noise cancelling though. If you turn on the ANC, the battery life in the bud drops down to about 5 hours, while the case still gives you 14 hours of listening time. So just like the previous Indies, the Indy ANC also supports wireless charging in the case, but what's new is that the case itself also supports Qi wireless charging. So if you have a phone that supports device-to-device charging, you can just drop your case on it and get it full again. Or of course you could use your standard wireless charger. Though this one isn't that standard though. The case actually claims to disinfect everything you put in it. If you want to find out if that's true, look out for one of our upcoming videos where we're going to test the effectiveness of the device. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that we'd be reviewing the pink Skullcandies. That's not one of the standard colors though. Last year, Skullcandy launched a mood boost program to help raise awareness for people struggling with mental health issues. So every month they celebrate a different mood, and February's mood happens to be feisty. So that's why the company launched a feisty pink edition of the Indy ANC. If you want it, you have to be fast though, because it's a limited edition. And if you buy the pink earbuds, you also get a poster especially designed by visual artist James Daw. And every time someone buys one of the pink bundles, they also support a non-profit To Write Love on Her Arms. They help people that struggle with things like addiction and depression. So thank you for watching. Visit Glamattech.com for the latest on glamorous news, and well, it would greatly be appreciated if you could help us and make that like button blue. Bye!